Today I'll be reviewing a game that was released last year for the Nintendo Wii. It's Silent Hill Shattered Memories. So Shattered Memories isn't quite a remake, it's more or less of a reimagining of the very first game in the series that came out 10 years ago, the original Silent Hill. For those of you that don't know the story, you'll play as Harry Mason, who was in a car crash with his daughter Cheryl, who was 7 years old. And he wakes up and finds out that his daughter is not with him anymore, and he's in Silent Hill. He has no clue what's going on. So throughout the entire game, you're trying to find your 7-year-old daughter, see what's going on with this crazy town of Silent Hill. It's bananas, guys. You know what the series is like. Crazy. The way in which the story is told is awesome, and I thought it was very creative. Basically, you tell the story to a psychologist who evaluates you, which is amazing. He puts you through little tests throughout the game, and the way in which you respond to those tests, it plays out throughout the game. It's weird, kind of freaky. It's almost like the game is playing you. Matter of fact, there's a little warning sign every time you boot up the game that says warning, basically this game is playing you. Now, I've been a fan of the Silent Hill series since the original one came out, and I have to tell you, even though I love the series a lot, I cannot stand the gameplay, just the combat. The thing that makes me stick to the series is definitely the creepiness of it and the story. But in this game, it throws away all of the, clunky combat that has hindered the previous games in the past. Shattered Memories is all about exploring. You're gonna be in Silent Hill and there is no combat whatsoever. You will not be using a steel pipe. You will not get a gun with only like 5 bullets in it. None of that. All Harry Mason has is a flashlight and his cellular phone, and the cellular phone is awesome because basically it is like his lifeline to everything. He can take pictures with that. He can call out if he sees posters around Silent Hill. He can call the numbers on there and just learn different things. His cell phone also has a map on it, so it's a built-in GPS. I mean, it's crazy, and I would love to know who Harry's cell phone service provider is, because for some reason throughout the entire game his cell phone battery was on like 2 little bars, and it stayed there the entire time we played. Never ran out. I mean, I need a cell phone like that. I really did enjoy the puzzles in this game. It just felt a little bit different than the puzzles you're used to doing in a Silent Hill game. It uses the Wii remote really well, and I really like that. I know, for instance, there was a part where you could pick up a soda can and just like shake it around, turn it down, and a key will drop out. Stuff like that. Of course, they're not all as cheesy as that, but you get the gist. One thing that I wish was different was the fact that you have to run away from all of these crazy creatures that come chasing after you when you go into the dark side of Silent Hill. Since there's no combat in the game, you have to run away from them, and that gets pretty frustrating. Really frustrating. Basically, you're trying to run to a safe point where no creatures can get you, and they just start coming from every which way. They'll jump on you, and you basically have to take your Wii remote and like flick them off. It's annoying. I mean, I found myself just doing this the whole entire time. It got on my nerves. Not to mention the fact that I couldn't even figure out where I was supposed to run to half of the time. It was ridiculous. It took the longest time trying to figure out where the safe point was, between me trying to pull my cell phone out and the creatures jumping on my back. I couldn't get it together. I really did like the graphics in Shattered Memories. I think it did a great job of pulling off the strange, creepy atmosphere that we're all used to seeing and knowing about in the previous Silent Hill games. One thing, though, is the fact that there weren't enough enemies in this game. Like, I'm used to seeing Silent Hill games with just really strange, creepy things, and this game didn't have enough of that. The voice acting in the game was alright. It wasn't the best, but one thing that I did have a problem with is the fact that the cell phone voice acting is all done through the Wii remote speaker, which is pretty cool. It's a cool little effect. Your cell phone will start ringing, you hear your ringtone, Harry pulls it out and puts it up to his ear, and all you hear is garbled mess. I didn't understand half the stuff that was going on in this little tiny Wii remote. Now, just like all Silent Hill games, this game is very short. It took me about 5 hours to complete, and there's a reason for that, because there's alternate endings. I think there's a total of 5 endings that you can get throughout the game. Unfortunately, Shattered Memories doesn't have that scary factor that all of the other Silent Hill games have. But if you put that to the side, you'll totally see that this is a great refreshing start to an old franchise. This game feels fresh, and it's just something that the series really needed. I enjoyed it. My final score for it is going to be an 8.5. I really like this series, guys, and I think it's a game that you should definitely check out for the Wii. So I want to thank you for watching this video, and I'll check you guys next time.